ready. This is going to be exciting.
Yeah, we got to go. Restart's up to go. Green flag is out and we're underway.
Just a few laps into this. Oh, the 37's getting loose. Oh, and he saves it. Oh, they're going 3 wide.
We've got a 5-way fight for the win of this race coming to 4 laps to go. Spectacular fashion.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the, honestly, last great Coliseum. Cruisin Classics Next Gen Series live here on V-Speed with Goat Locker Racing. Next round here with the Cruisin Classics Next Gen Series playoffs. Good evening, folks. I'm the Redneck Announcer Jake Reyes, my good buddy Daniel Cunningham alongside. And as always, Double L, Lucas Lyons on production, second best producer in the business. We're getting ready to get everything lined up. Sorry, Lucas, I got to throw shade one way or another, but I mean, Daniel, buddy, how the hell have you been? We are back. We are ready. We are ready to see how these playoffs, elimination race, we got all kinds of crazy stuff that's going to happen here tonight.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a chaotic race. Bristol always has the possibility of turning that way in any car, especially in this next gen with how it handles at the short tracks. We've got a really tight battle around that cutoff line with Jamie Lipke and Jake Ellingson tied for the final 2 spots. And just a few drivers, Timothy Williams, Cody Anderson, James Kaufman within 7 points of that cut line. James Silver's in a must-win, so a lot to kind of follow along with here this evening, and it is going to be a good one here from Bristol.
Yeah, it's going to be a fantastic race here tonight. Bristol, Tennessee, half-mile short track bull ring. I mean, pretty much all, literally you name it. I mean, you had the Dale Earnhardt, Terry Labonte kind of beef. Where they had their little beef coming through turn 1 and 2, and then Dale Earnhardt ends up coming around, wins the race. And then for some of you newer fans out there that might not have a damn clue about that, you probably remember the Chase Elliott, Kevin Harvick beef where both of them went back and forth, and Harvick sitting there saying he's going to rip his damn head off, and Chase Elliott wishing him whatever. I mean, all that beef and all that good stuff and everything. So this place definitely has the tempers, the short track craziness, and honestly, Daniel, always. And I got a feeling we're going to hear that a lot here tonight.
Yeah, there is a good possibility that we will see some tempers flare, some drivers mad at one another, especially with the playoffs on the line and with this being an elimination race as we head to the round of 12 the round of 8 rather, in 2 weeks. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at our schedule here to show you where we're going to be at for the rest of these playoffs. You can see there, Bristol tonight with this cutoff race. Then we're off next week for Thanksgiving. Come back to you for the final 3 races in the month of December. Michigan and Phoenix for the round of 8. It's going to be 2 good tracks back to back. And then probably my favorite 1.5-mile track on all of iRacing, Kansas Speedway, for that championship 4 race where we are going to crown a premier season 2, we'll say, champion here in this Cruisin Classics Next Gen Series. And while we've got a moment here waiting for these drivers to wrap up their qualifying runs, let's take a look at the race details tonight as well. You know what these drivers are up against. 100 laps. It is going to go by quick if we get some green flag runs in here. So this has the potential to be a really short one tonight. Pit road speed 30 miles an hour We are doing the dual pit roads tonight, so you don't have to go down both front and back straightaway, regardless of where you're pitting. 3 sets of tires in the pits, 2 green-white checker attempts if we need them. Only running 50% fuel here tonight, 80 to 90 laps. So the drivers will have to make a stop at some point, even if it goes green. And this track usually has quite a bit of tire wear as well. So the potential for green flag pit stops, if we get that green flag run in, and when do you come down pit road, that could decide who wins this race here this evening, Jake.
Yeah, I mean, it very much could, obviously. I mean, thank God that they didn't have 100% fuel, because if they did, there would nobody pit. But very good possibility. I mean, it does say 80 to 90, depends really on how they lift and where they're at and what position, just kind of all the circumstances that they're running in as to whether or not they may even make a pit stop. You really don't want to make one under green here, because then when you do that, you screw yourself majorly at having a shot to try to make it in to the next round. You saw the schedule. We're at Bristol here tonight, going all the way from 12 to 8. Let's look at the point standings. Give you kind of an idea, or actually, I would look at the track info right now. Actually, matter of fact, look at the points here just a little bit. With obviously Bristol, Tennessee, talked about a mile and a half, 30 degrees in the bankings. Turns like Daytona and Talladega, and probably one of the shortest damn tracks that you probably ever saw. Concrete all the way around this place. Obviously opened in 1960. Dale Earnhardt, his very first win came here at Bristol Motor Speedway in his rookie season. So, I mean, I'm telling you, I would love to go to this track and watch a race here. And real quick, as we're getting ready to get lined up, let us show you the point standings, let you get an idea. This is kind of what the guys are looking at right here. Cody McElwain won last week. He's good to go. You slide him on over. I mean, he ain't got a damn thing to worry about. He's good to go. He's going into the round of 8. Bye-bye, Cody McElwain. He is good. Ain't got a damn thing to worry about. Rest of these guys, God help them. Jake Ellenson, driver on the cut line. Everybody else trying to work their way to make something happen here tonight. Well, folks, the drivers are gridding up and getting ready for the race. The Jam Printing Promotions Pole Award winner, and obviously Jam Printing Promotions, James Silvers, gets it. But since forming in 2013, Jam has contributed printing and promotional sponsorships to more than 60 local nonprofits with a primary focus on organizations that assist veterans, women, and children. They've been with Goat Locker Racing since the very, very beginning. Local and veteran certified. When they do well, they do good in the community. So thank you very much to Jam Printing Promotions for the sponsorship of the Pole Award. On the pole, like we talked about, James Silvers. Oh, hell, up there in that number 4. He will be rolled up for P1 here tonight. Outside of him, 57, Big Daddy G. Jeremy Gardner. Rolling up from P2, George Jewell in the 36, and Brian Pendleton making up row number 2. Flip-flop back, look at row number 3. There's Dylan Canova, one of those drivers in the playoffs. With Jamie Barkas, one of the big dogs here at Goat Locker Racing. That is row number 3. Cody Anderson, Jamie Lemke making up row number 4. We'll run through these guys really quickly. It's Patrick Dravick, Tyler Justice, the top 10 to you, Daniel.
Rest of your field, Jake Ellingson rolls off in 11th with Corinne Smith in 12th. Starting in 13th, James Kaufman, Timothy Wilms rolling off from 14th. 15th place driver this evening is going to be Claire Sisk with Tyler Evans in 16th. Starting in 17th, it's Chuck Pegleg Phelps, Charles Abert in 18th. Rolling off in 19th, Cody McElwain, Matt Knights in 20th. And then rounding out your field here this evening is going to be Jacob Lenke in that 37, starting shotgun on the field. And Jake, you mentioned that Jam Printing and Promotion Pole Award winner, James Silvers. He's damn near in a must-win situation. He is 12th out of 12 drivers about 30 points or so below the cut line coming into this race. So he has got his work cut out for him, he's 14 points rather below the cut line. Got his work cut out for him, but starting from P1, and you know, Jake, another driver that was pretty good here in real life at Bristol was old DW. So in honor of him, boogity, 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 let's go race it here at Bristol Motor Speedway.
You was able to sneak it in there, folks. Everybody on V-Speed, wherever you are. Oh, baby, here we go. Redneck announcer Jay Reeves with Daniel Cunningham. David Dean sitting right here on my lap as well with Lucas Lyons on production. And here we go, baby. Rocking and rolling. James Silvers jumps out. He gets a hold of the lead. Dylan Canova going to second. Jeremy Gardner going to third. Flip-flop back here. You see Jamie Barkus back here trying to make something happen with Corinne Sisk right there behind him.
Yeah, Jamie Park is actually down 4 spots here early on. He had a little bit of contact, got shoved up the track just a bit, made some slight contact with the wall. Car doesn't look any worse for wear, so able to continue on. But here you see Patrick Dravick looking to the inside of Cody Anderson, trying to find his way into the top 5 for the first time this evening. And, you know, this kind of starting to look like some of the real-life Bristol races. These drivers migrating their way to the bottom, trying to conserve tires. Jake Ellingson loose and hard into the wall right behind this battle. Pretty substantial contact. Still trying to hang on to it into the wall again. Keeps it rolling, keeps it pointed in the right direction. But trouble early for the driver of the 27. The driver that was on the cut line coming into this race. See if he can hang on, see if he's able to stay on the lead lap here, or if that damage is going to prove too much to overcome. But while that's going on, battle for the lead heating up here. Dylan Canova starting to put some pressure on James Silvers.
I'm telling you right now, I mean, the race in here tonight, so exciting. The 4-month-old is loving every bit of it. James Silvers, Dylan Canova running down, trying to go for the lead. Big Daddy G, Jeremy Gardner, 6/10 of a second.
Ellingson around again.
Hamilton, and Ellingson goes around, cautions out. We got a 3-car pile up on the front stretch.
Yeah, Jake Ellingson with more damage after that spin. Looked like Charles Abert and Matt Knight's involved as well. As we take a look here on the V-Speed instant replay, see what happened to the driver of the 27 this time around. We saw him struggling for grip there. Just really wicked loose. You throw the damage in on top, and yeah, car just snapped around on him. And Charles Abert and Matt Knights, they go around as well. Matt Knight's getting the worst of that, just trying to avoid the 27. Take a look here on board with Jake Ellingson. And yeah, I mean, it just kind of did this little lazy spin on him in the middle of the turn. Didn't really see anything egregious there with the onboard. But around goes Ellingson, and that is going to be a huge hit to his chances of advancing to the next round of the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, and Ellingson, I mean, he is not going to be happy about that. I mean, you just saw it. I mean, just came around. I mean, we already saw him already sideways a while ago. Charles Abert, hell, he might have locked it up, tried to miss him one way or another. Didn't look like he got a whole lot of bad spot out of it. Matt Knights gets a little bit of, maybe a little contact on the inside retaining wall. Drivers may jump down the pit. Some of these guys up at the front, they decided, screw it, we're going to stay out and keep our track position the best that we can. 10 laps into the 100-lap race here tonight. Take you to a quick commercial break. Bring you right back here live on V-Speed. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to Bristol Motor Speedway. You can see lights off on the pace car. They are lined up 2 by 2, getting ready to fire this race back off here on lap number 12 under caution. And you saw that sponsorship ad there from our title sponsor, Cruisin Classics. Appreciate all their support here, not just in this series, but in all of Goat Locker as a whole. But folks, we are getting ready to get back to green flag racing here in the restart zone. James Silver's the control car. Green flag is back out in the air, but Dylan Canova with a nice job of hanging with Silver's. Silver's able to clear through, or rather, Silver's able to clear through for the lead there as they head through turns 1 and 2. Jeremy Gardner slots into that number 3 position, and you can already see everybody kind of fighting their way back to the bottom of the racetrack here, trying to get single filed out, but still a lot of pressure coming from that 70 car, putting on James Silvers here, trying to get that lead away.
Yeah, I mean, and obviously, trying to make it happen. And folks, sorry about that, but got a new little set of earbuds. I was trying them out, but apparently they don't work as good for a broadcast. They may work good out for the PlayStation, but maybe not for the broadcast. So we'll kick the headset right back on. Make sure you get all the sights and sounds here tonight at Bristol with Silvers, Canova, Gardner, Pendleton, Drabick, the top 5. Anderson up there trying to mix it up with them as well. You see Cody Anderson right there in the 20, trying to make it happen. Tyler Justice right behind him. Silver's about 1/10 of a second. Him and Canova, they're gone. Well, not necessarily gone. I mean, 1 second at Bristol ain't that damn bad, to be honest with you. But Canova's starting to wear him out a little bit, trying to mess with Silvers. It ain't going to make it, damn. We're going to have to re-rack them, restack them. We got a caution on the speedway.
Yeah, yellow flag is back out, and I believe that may have been the 27 of Jake Ellingson for a second time here this evening. Looked like, from what I could see, it almost looked like he had another incident in towed, but couldn't quite tell if it was him or another car that brought it out. See here on the V-Speed instant replay, he was already 2 laps down with damage from that earlier incident. You can see it looks like he's still just struggling with grip. The car just really loose, and yeah, just snaps around on him for a second time here this evening. And you can see there he loops it and he towed it back to pit road. So maybe still some lingering damage from that first incident, but Ellingson now showing 4 laps down overall and off the track at this point.
Yeah, I mean, just not the night that Jake Ellingson was banking on here tonight. But I mean, you know, it is what it is. I mean, you know that, Daniel. You know, we've had our struggles. We've had our times where we just said, you know what, screw this. Let's just get out of here and let's just call it a night. Let's go have a beer and just get it done with. But Jake's gonna have to soldier on one way or another. I mean, it's like you said, he's on the cut line. He may be trying to find the straw or whatever for that drink one way or another sitting right there. But, I mean, but honestly, I think what we're seeing right there is Jake's got to be sitting there thinking, how in the hell did all this happen right here just so damn quick? I mean, we ain't even 25, I mean, we ain't even a quarter of the way through this race and you know, Jake's already in a bad spot.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate when you come into a race on the cut line like that. You get into the early incident, then you have another one right after that. So understandably frustrated. You know, you definitely, I mean, I've been in that spot where you come into a race on the cut line and it's just not your night. And you end up getting knocked out of the playoffs for you know, sometimes maybe it's your own doing or just somebody else, you get caught up in something. But regardless, it's definitely frustrating. We've all been there, like you mentioned, but still a lot of racing here to go. Jake, we are already, though, just about at the quarter way mark. One of the great things about Bristol, you click off laps in a hurry at this racetrack. Did have a few drivers that came down pit road on that caution. Timothy Williams, Corinne Smith came down pit road, as did Matt Knight. So starting to see some drivers come down, top off with fuel, knowing that they can make it to the end from here as we get ready to go back green.
Yeah, getting ready to rock and roll right once again. Canova, Silvers up here on the front row, but Silvers will get the advantage.
Canova into the wall.
Oh, baby. Oh, no, Canova. He is not going. Something amiss. Maybe spun the tires in that 70. Oh, damn. I'm telling you. I mean, Jake Ellenson, he got a bad, I mean, he literally got dealt a bad head right here with this thing, when all this started off. Now Canova's starting to feel a little bit of the wrath of what Bristol can do for you. You ever saw that commercial, what can Brown do for you? Well, what can Bristol do for you? It can screw you completely out of the round of 8.
Yeah, that was just straight up tire spin. You can see there from the onboard replay with Dylan Canova, almost having flashbacks to what we saw at Dover with some of those restarts. But man, that was brutal because, I mean, Canova, he had been running up there in the top 2 pretty much the entire race. Came in just 6 points above that cut line, so still needs to try to stick it out here, try to gather whatever points he can, currently running in the 17th position. It's going to have a tall order ahead of him to be able to sneak into that round of 8, but still quite a bit of racing to go here. As you can see, the boss man, Patrick Drabick, he has worked his way up into the number 4 position as a result of all the different calamity and everything that took place there. Ryan Pendleton sporting the title sponsor of the series on his car. Got that Cruisin Classics machine up into a podium position. But the driver that I want to keep an eye on is that 57 of Big Daddy Gardner right there in second. This track chews up tires, and we know that tire saving is kind of his forte, we'll call it. Especially if he gets up there with the Forest Silvers. We saw contact between those 2 drivers battling for the win last week that kind of opened the door for Cody McElwain to take advantage. So I kind of wonder how they may race each other should they get another opportunity here.
Yeah, I mean, that could be a big deal right there to see that. But really, I mean, you talked about, you're looking for Big Daddy G, I'm looking at Patrick Dravick. We saw him start around the 9th, 10th spot. Obviously, right there it is in 9th, and now he's up to 4th. But, James Silvers is really the one that I think everybody probably was like, damn, where did he come from? I mean, and James is fast. Let's not shy away from that. Me and you, we've seen it. You more than I have with James, but certainly did not. At least I didn't expect him to come out here with this kind of pace of what he is having right now. Damn near, 3/4 of a second right now over Big Daddy G, but Gardner trying to reel him in right here, but I didn't expect James Silvers to come out here and have the speed that he's had so far here this evening.
Yeah, I've been able to race against James Silvers in some series outside of Goat Locker, and he always seems to have speed no matter where he's at. He's definitely a fast driver. He's kind of made his mark here in Goat Locker early on in this season, showing that he is a threat for the win no matter where we go. And right now doing everything he needs to do to try to get this win and lock that number 4 car into the round of 8. But Jeremy Gardner slowly but surely starting to cut into that lead just a little bit. Just a few laps ago, we saw it up there around the 1 second mark. He's got it down under 7/10 of a second. Right now, they're pretty well matching lap times. One lap, Gardner will be about a 1/2 tenth faster. The next lap, Silvers will be a 1/2 tenth faster, but you can see there, he's kind of inching his way up there. He's trying to just get it a little bit at a time and see if he can put some pressure on Silvers.
Yeah, I mean, just inching away at it. I mean, the Pendleton not too far back as well. We flip-flop back here to the back end, right back here, the 86, Timothy Wilms trying to work his way up through here, Charles Hebert, and there's Corinne Smith in the 10 trying to make something happen with Tyler Evans right there. This is the battle for P12 on the screen, and, I mean, a hell of a battle right here with some of these guys. I mean, that's the craziest thing. Daniel, I've talked about this before, and I'm sure you can attest to this as well. I mean, wow, right there. I mean, damn. I mean, James Kaufman about wrecked. But, when we get in some of these races up at the front, first, second, third, somewhere in that range, it seems like that it's pretty good racing. For some damn reason or another, it's always in the middle or the back end of the field, though, where you just see some of the hardest racing that you have ever seen in your entire life. If that was the hard racing that you would see up front, the back end of the field wouldn't get no damn love. But the back end, I don't know why it is, but it's always the back end or middle way through the field. It's always always some of the hardest racing that you've ever seen in your entire life. And it doesn't make a damn where or when. That's just how it is.
Yeah, it seems like those mid-pack battles are the ones that, you know, sometimes we overlook them because it is easy to focus on the drivers that are running up front, but this is where your hornet's nest is usually at. As you can see, James Kaufman making a move there around Chuck Pegleg Phelps to work his way into the top 10. Kaufman actually putting down some really competitive lap times right now, working his way up through the field. Hell, he just kind of set sail on Chuck Phelps. Chuck actually struggling just a touch here. Gets passed by Corinne Smith. Timothy Williams looking to the inside here as well. Kind of just getting freight trained right now. He's got a slot that he might be able to slide in here right in front of the 77 of Tyler Evans, and is in fact able to do so. Get back down on the bottom of the track. And got another battle for position going on right here between, that is Jamie Lipke and George Jewell for the number 8 position. Lipke trying to hang on to that. Got two of our playoff drivers there. Jamie Lipke, one of those that was actually tied with Jake Ellingson for essentially the last 2 playoff spots in the round of 8. They were tied for 7th and 8th coming into this race. So Jamie doing what she needs to do right now to try to cement her place in that next round in the round of 12. And, you know, one other driver that I would like to give a quick shout out to while some of these battles start to single file out a little bit. Running back in 17th is that 12 car of Claire Siss. The reason I want to give Claire a shout out, running a memorial scheme here this evening. She posted this earlier in our Discord and trying to actually pull up exactly what she mentioned. That is actually her dad on the hood. Today would have been his birthday, has since passed away. So I know what it's like racing on a birthday for a family member, you know, somebody that was really important to you. I was fortunate enough to win a race on my grandfather's birthday, and it's probably my favorite memory that I've got on iRacing. So really cool to run that memorial scheme here this evening.
Yeah, I mean, it is, you know, crazy how certain things work out like that. I mean, you know, it really is. I mean, you know, I'll put it to you like this. I mean, I lost my aunt back in 2020, and then like a week later, I won my very first iRacing event. It was an official race. It was late models, and it was Bristol, and I had the whole damn field covered. You know, but I felt like she was riding with me. Now, that was 7 days after she passed. Well, the weird thing about that is if you think about, the numbers on how crazy stuff works. 7 days after she passed, won my first official iRacing event, and then my son was born on July the 7th. I mean, there's a whole lot of sevens involved in that, but that's beside the whole damn point that you was trying to get at, Daniel. It does mean a little something more. You know, because I've done that before, raced on my aunt's birthday, my grandmother's birthday. It gives you a little bit more of an incentive to go out there and do good. And for some reason or another, it's just me, but for some reason or another, it seems like every damn time you do something like that, and a remembrance scheme on somebody's birthday, or if there's some reason why you're running that scheme, you seem to be just a little bit faster, and not only a little bit faster, but you seem to do a hell of a lot better as well.
Yeah, Lucas Lyons, our producer, actually just mentioning to me that he had won a race before that was named after his Nana after she passed away. So it definitely is interesting how that works and how you do have that little bit extra motivation when those dates come up. So, yeah, I'm with you. It definitely means a little bit more. It might be a video game or a sim. Good Lord, don't come after me out there in the chat for calling it a video game. But sometimes it does just mean a little bit more. And it's always cool to see that connection with certain things. But back out on the racetrack, this battle for position starting to heat up a little bit here. You see Jamie Barkas there in the 7th position trying to chase down Cody Anderson in 6th. Barkas just kind of been quiet ever since losing those spots early on here this evening. Able to get his way back up a little bit through the field, running in that 7th position as they currently run. Also got one of our league sponsors on the hood there, as you can see, with the Glove Station logo. So I want to make sure to give them a quick shout out. In the glove station, they are committed to providing quality gloves and protective gear for a wide range of daily activities and jobs, from tinkering on home DIYs to working in industrial environments and everything in between. They got you covered. With the endless amounts of safety products on the market, they want to make it effortless for you to find the right protection for your needs. We appreciate their support here at Goat Locker.
I'll tell you what, Daniel, I'll do you one even better. I don't know if we may get fired for this one or not, but I'll tell you what, all our great sponsors, I don't want to, say that in any wrong way. All the sponsors, they're fantastic. The only reason I say do one better is a title sponsorship of the Cruisin Classics Next Gen Series. And obviously, Cruisin Classics, located in Columbus, Ohio, Cruisin Classics has a beautiful 56,000 square foot showroom that I will never see in my entire life, filled with hundreds of unique automobiles. There is something for everybody out of their hand-picked selection of muscle cars and hot rods. Come on down to visit the facility today and check out their website, which is the only way I would see the cars, at cruisinclassicsinc.com. So thank you very much to Cruisin Classics for their title sponsorship to the Cruisin Classics Next Gen Series. As we saw Jamie Barkus getting a little sideways, a little slippy here at Bristol.
Yeah, a lot of these drivers starting to struggle with grip as we are approaching, or actually we are over the halfway mark, already on lap 64. And a lot of these drivers still on their original tires that they started this race off on. The top 7, Jamie Barkus, the last one of those, they have not been down pit road. 8th place, George Jewell, he did pit on that lap 10 caution. And then looking a little bit further down, Corinne Smith has been down pit road, as has Timothy Wilms, Claire Sisk. So there's been a few that have been down pit road, but most of these drivers have yet to pit this evening. And, we touched on it in our pre-race on the graphic that it was between 80 to 90 laps on fuel. Got to wonder if these guys that have not made a pit stop yet, are they able to make it to the end? Saving 10 laps of fuel sounds like a lot, but at Bristol, it's a little bit easier than at other tracks. Plus, with those cautions, it's definitely going to help out the cause.
Yeah, absolutely, and it really just depends on the tire model, at Bristol. Do we get the one, that's going to run 100 laps and maybe get 90% on all the way around, or are we going to get the tire obviously we didn't get the tire that blows out in 40 laps. We didn't get that one, because if we did, we would have already had about 5 or 6, maybe 7 cautions. We just haven't had that yet. So odds are we got the tire that will actually stretch a good bunch. As right here sitting at about 30 to go. We come around with James Silver. He's got about a 1.1 second lead. Pendleton trying to run down Gardner. All right, both of them trying to slug it out for the second spot. There you see Pendleton right there. They worked their way around Claire Sisk. With 31 to go, Silver's already hit the line. But I said, Gardner, baby, they going at it right here. And remember, last race in the round of 12, you got to get every spot that you can get.
Yeah, absolutely. And Ryan Pendleton not in the playoffs. He did initially make the 12-driver playoff field, but ended up yielding his position because he knew he wouldn't be able to make some of the later playoff races. So classy move on his part. We touched on it a little bit last week that he actually gave up his playoff spot to allow those that could make every race to contend for the championship. But that doesn't mean that he don't want to get up here, play a little bit of spoiler, try to take the win away from those playoff drivers. Not to mention, you talked about sometimes it means a little bit more. Well, how cool is it if you can put the car in victory lane that has the title sponsor of the series on the hood?
Yeah, that would be a big deal. To be honest with you, the Cruisin Classics Next Gen Series has a Cruisin Classics car. That is quite a possibility. If something could happen, is little slide right there in front of him, 77, Tyler Evans, able to straighten it back out, keep it clean, keep it green. This time around, 25 to go. Literally, lining them up and knocking them down. It's like shot glasses at your local bar. Literally, laps are just knocking off right here. And honestly, it was like a minute ago we said 30 to go. And now we're saying 25 to go, which the 15 seconds around each time, so hell, you do the math.
You're asking us to do math on this broadcast?
No, Lord, hell no. No, but I'm just kidding.
Okay. All right, cool. I mean, don't get me wrong. Math was my best subject in school, but I'm just here
Let's
to
get
count
Lucas's math.
Oh, that's a scary thought. There's a reason that we just have him pushing buttons in the production truck. We don't want to get Lucas and math involved here. But anyway, this battle for second though is still going on here between Gardner and Pendleton. James Silvers checked out just a little bit from this battle, got that lead back up over 1 full second as he tries to lock his way into that round of 12. And, you know, he was struggling a little bit with some of the lap traffic that he came up on, so that gap had started to come down just a little bit further. But then as this second and third place drivers now have to navigate that same traffic, they lost a little bit of time in that as well. A little bit further back in the pack, battle for ninth is going between Timothy Wilms, JB Lipke. Wilms able to clear around. As you can see, Lipke gets down on the apron there. That is not going to be the fast way around the track. And now James Kaufman starting to put some pressure on Jamie Lipke, pull it up for that final spot in the top 10. Kaufman starting to put a little bit of pressure on here, see if he can get up there and get around. And Charles Abert now, he's slowly working his way back up through the field. You can see him in 12th right behind this battle. Actually getting ready to go a lap down to James Silvers. The commentator cursed right as soon as I say his name. Gets loose off the turn, hard into the inside wall. No caution as he does get it pointed back in the right direction, but yeah, I'm sorry, Charles. Personal apology on that. Yeah, we might need to break the board back out after that one, Jake.
Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks since we saw that board because honestly, I thought we were in pretty good shape. Honestly, I thought we were doing a pretty good job, week by week. Nobody's really screwing one another. Everybody's helping one another, not doing anything crazy. And then all of a sudden, who'd have guessed it? You would be the one to literally bust the bubble. Not only bust the bubble, hell, you just knocked the whole damn door down is what you just did. But there you see James Silvers trying to open up the gap and staying right out of second. Right now over Big Daddy G, sitting right there in the second spot. Pendleton in third. Patrick Dravitt back there in fourth. Don't put it the wrong way for any Patrick Dravitt fans or Patrick Dravitt, but if a caution doesn't come out right now, realistically, he ain't got a chance in hell. It's come down to 1, 2, and 3. That's the only two. As Dravitt is 6 seconds behind James Silvers, Gardner, and Pendleton. Unless the caution comes out, and that caution comes out, everybody racks it right back up, and then Dravitt's got a shot. But if this sucker stays green right here, honestly, in my opinion, I think this is James Silvers' race.
Yeah, unless something crazy happens, like he can't make it on fuel or he's pushed too hard and he ends up getting like a meatball flag for a tire going down or something like that. I would have to agree with you there. He has definitely been the class of the field here this evening. And, he's definitely got his sights set on that round of 8. And, even talking about Patrick Dravitt, he's doing exactly what he needs to do here as far as advancing in the playoffs. Came into this race just 4 points above the cut line, but with some of those other playoff drivers having problems, he really just needs to keep his nose clean, and he'll be good to go for that next round. So doing exactly what he needs to do to try to advance. And actually, sorry, we've got a green flag pit stop here. That is Patrick Dravitt. I'll be damned, right when I'm talking about him. Comes down pit road, either can't make it on fuel or can't make it on tires, one or the other. I'm going to say that's a fuel-only stop, just 4.9 seconds for Patrick Dravitt. So a little bit more intrigue here. We were talking about, would these drivers be able to make it? That answers the question for one of our playoff drivers, and that puts Dravitt all the way back in 15th position. Puts him in a pretty precarious spot here. Will he be able to advance to the next round?
Yeah, that's going to be a big trick out of it. And obviously, if James Silvers gets the win, that just leapfrogs the board up there in prime position to lock himself in to the next round as well. That's going to be a big trick right there to see how this works out. I mean, and if a caution comes out, all these guys 8th all the way down that are 1 lap down, they're pretty much screwed. because they would take the wave around. They would go ahead and get back on the lead lap unless you made a pit stop for whatever reason. But if you stay out there, you get the wave around, but all these other guys that's on the lead lap, all 7 of them get to go ahead and get fresh tires and send it back out there. So I agree with you. Very, very intriguing how this race is going to finish out with 5 laps to go as they hit the line.
Yeah, Tyler Justice now making his way down pit road. Another one of our playoff drivers. He's going to have to come down for fuel. I can tell you right now, the first 2 drivers that I am 100% convinced can make it is going to be George Jewell in 5th. He pitted on that first caution, and Timothy Wilms currently running 7th. He is only 77 laps on fuel. He pitted on the last caution, but you can see Justice and Kaufman both on pit road. Only 5 cars on the lead lap as we currently run, with 4 laps to go. Coming to 3 to go here this time around. Pendleton also on pit road. These drivers all coming down for fuel only. That's just going to leave us with 4 cars on the lead lap, with Pendleton making his stop. James Silvers, though, he's got 2 laps to go. Has he saved enough fuel here for the win?
Yeah, we will find out very, very quickly. As working his way through 3 and 4, will Silvers be able to make it to the white flag? He ain't jumping down pit road. Hell no, you made it this far, you may as well keep on going. White flag bell lap, James Silvers down to the inside, all the way down in the center where Grandpappy hides the moonshine from Granny. Short distance, saving the fuel. He's going to make it all the way. He's going into the next round, leading 99 of 100 here tonight. James Silver, make that 100 out of 100. James Silvers, your winner here tonight at Bristol, gets it done, able to save the fuel, and I don't know if he's going to have enough for the burnout, but the main thing is he wins, and he will go on into the round of 8.
Yeah, and I mean, you want to talk about he's running the number 4 car. You want to talk about a Kevin Harvick moment right there. You need the win. You got to have it to advance to the next round. Comes out here, walk-off fashion, wins and clinches his way into the round of 8. And what do you know about that? Got plenty of fuel left for a little burnout here. Wasn't even close. We're sitting here wondering if he could make it, and hell, he's still out there burning it down.
My Lord. Go ahead. I mean, go ahead. Run the tires off of it. Run the gas out of it at this point. Screw it. Just send it at this point. Yeah, baby. Burn it down. Guess teammates out there going to burn it down with him. There's Tyler Evans, 77. We see him out there kind of flying around, burning it down as well. And James Silvers, what a walk-off, if you will. Literally, I mean, like you said, clutch moment. Where did he come from? He started on the pole, and damn it, if he didn't lead every single lap here tonight at Bristol for the 100-lapper, was able to pull it off and get the win here tonight. Wow, what a finish. What a race, because, Daniel, honestly, a lot of times when we come to Bristol, at least for me, and Lucas, you can attest to this as well, we get a hell of a lot of cautions. There's a lot of wrecks. Granted, there was 20 drivers here tonight, but still 20 drivers at Bristol, as you see him doing the whole deal, pulling up there, trying to go up to the victory lane, which you can do virtually here on iRacing at Bristol. You're able to make that happen. Just don't hit nothing because you will not pass tech. But, we didn't have a whole lot of cautions here tonight, Daniel. I mean, that is something right there that everybody needs to be proud of.
Yeah, we had that early caution. I think Silvers has got the car stuck on that little transition there where it flattens out. He's gonna have to get the pit crew out there to get. Oh no, he's able to back it up. He's fine. He'll just have to hit it with a little more momentum this time around. But yeah, I mean, we saw those early cautions.
Maybe not.
Damn if he ain't stuck again. And he still got gas because tires are spinning on it. So, but yeah, we saw those early cautions, and I'll be honest, I thought we would see more. I thought that was kind of the way that the race was going to play out with a little bit of chaos here. But man, they ended up going green for quite a while there at the end of it and got this race done in pretty quick fashion here this evening.
Yeah, very, very quick. So, folks, we're going to step aside and let you hear from some of our great sponsors here with Goat Locker. We'll be right back with the podium finishers, race analysis, get you lined up for not next week, But in 2 weeks, when we go back race it here for the Cruisin' Classic Next Gen Series, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Superior quality, ultimate protection, and the highest level of craftsmanship. We make our gloves for the hard worker that wakes up every morning and gives 110%. You deserve the highest quality protective gear that's going to work for you, day in, day out. We know it can be tough deciding what companies to trust for your hard-earned money. It's all in our name. We've mastered our craft to help you master yours. We make our gloves rugged, durable, and designed for you. Whatever the job is, we have you covered. We are your glove station.
A thriving job market and low cost of living, plus a wide range of veteran benefits, make Indiana the perfect place for veterans of the United States military to call home. InVets can help you find that home. We're an organization started by veterans to help former service members transition to civilian life in our state. InVets can help you find the community with the career opportunities, housing, schools, and amenities that fit your lifestyle. To learn more about InVets, visit us at invets.org today. Well, folks, we're back here at Bristol. It is in the books. Last race in the round of 12, getting ready to go into the round of 8. We got your race results here live here at Bristol. James Silver's getting the win. Only 2 cautions, no lead changes. He started on the pole, and damn, that ain't where he finished. He wins it here tonight. Jeremy Gardner, who started second, will finish second here this evening, with Jamie Barkus finishing in third. And George Jewell had that little pit deal work out good for him. He will get fourth. The last driver to finish on the lead lap, but Timothy Wilms, 1 lap down, finishing in fifth. Cody Anderson, Jamie Lemke, Corinne Smith. Good drive for the 10 of Corinne Smith. And then obviously Ryan Pendleton, he had to make a pit stop. And Chuck Pegleg fell up 7 spots. He gets him a top 10 here tonight.
Finishing just outside the top 10 is going to be the boss man, Patrick Dravitt, coming home in 11th. Tyler Justice, as a result of that late pit stop, he finishes in 12th. Dylan Canova had a nice little rebound there from that hit to the wall that he had, dropped to the back of the field, ends up in 13th. James Kaufman comes home in 14th. Tyler Evans in 15th. In 16th is going to be Claire Sisk. Matt Knights in 17th. Jake Ellingson comes home in 18th this evening. Charles Abert in 19th. Cody McElwain had a bit of a start and park there, but hey, that's all he had to do this evening to make it to the next round. He finishes in 20th. and Jacob Lenke rounding out the field here this evening in the 21st position.
Well, that was the 21 drivers that raced it here tonight. Remember, we had 2 cautions. They were very, very early on, but pretty much one of the more cleaner races you will see at Bristol. So let's have a little talk with our podium finishers. And James Silvers gets the win here tonight in the number 4. Kind of a Harvick moment right here. The closer able to make it happen. James Silvers, buddy, congratulations on the win. You led 100 laps out of 100. We're not even making it up. I mean, hell, that's what we're reading right here. But, I mean, it seemed like you had it on cruise control here this evening.
Yeah, well, I knew I was in a bad circumstance based on the points from last week, and did a lot of practice, and the last 2 days made sure that we had the teammates show up and had a few boys run with us and give me some pointers. And tonight I just tried to execute, and I knew I was fast here. I mean, I've always been fast at this track, but saving tires has always been one of my downfalls at this track. And tonight, my throttle control and my patience and everything else from my buddy Radburn and everybody else that joined in the practice, I mean, it really paid off tonight.
Well, James, you talked about those cornerstone teammates helping out. And, you know, from racing against you all at other series, I know that strategy is always at the front of your minds, especially whenever I see Alex Penn in a voice chat. I know he's always thinking about fuel strategy. Was he coaching you through some of those later stages? How close were you really on fuel with what we saw pre-race? We were saying about 80 to 90 laps, and you definitely went further than that.
I'm pretty sure because we had them couple cautions. I think we had 2 or 3 at the beginning of the race, and we're sitting there saving gas and everything under caution. And just really during the race, I mean, I was really saving gas by just saving tires during the race, and it actually paid off because with about 15, about first person pit about 20 laps to go, and we didn't know it until it popped up on the relative. I was like, well, what's going on? And then everybody else started pitting right there with about 10 laps to go, and I was like, I think the boys at the shop must have given us a bigger fuel tank or something, because they said we've got about 2 laps extra than everybody else. But hell, I couldn't be more happy about it. I mean, I had enough gas to do my burn. I just didn't have enough gas to get up right to victory lane, so stalled out right there on the hill.
Okay, so that's what it was. We thought you got stuck, but apparently you ran out of gas. Well, I mean,
I couldn't get it fired.
Well, buddy, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I mean, you was able to stretch it as long as you needed to. You still got the burn out for the fans. You stalled out going to pit or to the victory lane, but hell with it. Somebody will push you up there. James Silvers gets the win here tonight at Bristol. James, buddy, congratulations on the win. Appreciate your time. And as always, thank your sponsors and any shout-outs.
Yeah, I'd like to thank y'all at V-Speed for doing a great job on the broadcast. Y'all do an amazing job every week. Like to shout out everybody at GLR, Goat Locker Racing. They do an amazing job. Great league. If you don't know about them, check them out. Also, I'd like to shout out all the sponsors for the league, Lincoln Tech, Save 22. Let's see. The Cruisin Classics and Nasties, the premier sponsor of the league, and then the Indiana Department of Veteran Affairs. And then I'd like to shout out all the Cornerstone drivers, everybody in Alex Penn for being a great crew chief, as always. And then I'd like to shout out the Cornerstone sponsors, Area Professionals, WNC, GG's Restaurant of Waynesville, North Carolina, Jake's Junk Solutions, Mountain View Detailing, Mount Silver Supply Company, and Waynesville Tire.
Yeah, I think he's got plenty of sponsors to line himself up into the round of 8. He's going to be carrying all of them here in 2 weeks when we go back racing here for the Cruisin Classics Next Gen Series. James Silvers, buddy, congratulations on the win. Appreciate your time. We'll see you in 2 weeks, bud.
You boys be good.
That was James Silvers. Comes home with a win here tonight. We'll go to second place finisher. It is Big Daddy G, Jeremy Gardner. Coming home with a P2 here tonight. You started second. You finished second. You didn't lead any laps because Silvers led every damn one of them. But, I mean, tell us about the race because, you know, I talked about this a second ago, Jeremy. Only 2 cautions. That doesn't really happen a whole lot in a 100-lap race here at Bristol.
Yeah, and on top of that, track temp's 116 degrees in a day race. So, I mean, a lot of us honestly didn't want to run balls out tonight. So, I mean, honestly, I just wanted a good finish tonight. I didn't give a damn if I won. after last week, I just wanted to rebound, get a decent finish, advance to the next round in the playoffs, and then go on about my business. So, car was definitely free. I don't know how the hell I made it on fuel, but like I was telling Ryan was like, "You got a bigger gas tank?" I'm like, "Nah, I was just clutching half the race, so I had to make it one way or the other." So.
Well, you talked about, primary goal coming into the night was just making sure that you advance to that round of 8. Looking at the tracks we've got coming up in that round, how are you feeling about these next 2?
I don't even know what's on the schedule next, to be honest with you. Let's take a look at it while we're at it.
Well, you asked me too quick, too. It's Michigan and Phoenix.
I'm okay at Michigan. Phoenix is a highly consistent track. I actually won there last year in about 125-degree track temp or whatever it was. It was a struggle last year to win that, but I run pretty decent there. I'm more devoted to making my way to the championship 4 because I love me some Kansas. So definitely going to be pushing for that.
Well, Big Daddy G, Jeremy Gardner, buddy, congratulations on the P2. Able to just ride it out, take your time, make something happen out of it. Get you a podium here tonight. So congratulations on P2. Thank you for your time. And as always, thank your sponsors. Any shout-outs?
Yeah, man, Pat and Jamie, everything they do for GLR, Jam Printing Promotions. Let's see, my guys over at Save 22, appreciate them being on the car. Everything they do for Goat Locker. Cruisin Classics and Nasties, V-Speed, y'all guys in the booth, appreciate everything y'all do. Alexander PCs and my guys at Premier Racing Setups.
Jeremy Gardner coming home P2 here tonight, buddy. Congratulations on P2. Appreciate your time. Have a good Thanksgiving. Don't get too full and don't get too lit. We'll see you in 2 weeks at Michigan.
No promises. We'll see you then.
Yeah, absolutely. I know exactly where we're going with that because I'm going to be the same damn way. Go to P3, Jamie Barkis. Getting a little P3 here tonight. Yeah, what's going on, baby? Get you a P3 here tonight. You able to make it happen? Get you a podium back-to-back, buddy. Tell us about it.
Oh, man, what a race. What a race at Bristol. I mean, 2 cautions. Gosh, dang. Sitting there worrying about having to make those green flag stops, and I don't know, I just had to kind of make a decision there with 10 laps to go. It was getting close on fuel, and I was like, man, if I can save enough, I can get to the end. And ran out there in the middle of 3 and 4 coming to the finish line, but luckily I had enough cushion to still hold on to 3rd, so that's all that mattered. It's kind of a cheap way to do it, but who cares? It advances to the next round of the playoffs, and that's all that matters.
Hey, like you said, that's all that matters is advancing to that next round. And, early on in the race, we saw you slide back just a few positions there. It looked like maybe a little bit of contact with another driver or the wall, lost some track position. How were you able to just kind of keep your focus to work your way back up into that podium position?
Yeah, it was with Jake. Jake kind of had a rough night tonight, as we saw. But, yeah, I was just letting him go, and I kind of turned into the corner expecting him to be on the bottom, and I think he missed the bottom a little bit, so I had to take a little bit of action to stay off of him. And, luckily I didn't hit anything, but it definitely, had to let some people go because I lost momentum there. But just try to take care of the car. I really was not looking forward to those restarts that we had to make because, it's a daytime race, and this concrete track can be very tricky on restarts. But just was able to take care of the car and keep going, and guys had to pit for fuel, so just worked out.
Just worked out. Works out like that sometimes. Jamie Barkis. Yeah, hell yeah, you take it any way that you can. I would. Any way that you can get a podium, it doesn't matter, baby. I'd take it any way that I could. Jamie Barkis gets P3 here tonight, buddy. Congratulations on P3. Appreciate your time as always. Thank your sponsors. Any shout outs?
Oh, absolutely. First of all, thank you guys on V-Speed doing a fantastic job each and every week. Got to thank iRacing, MK Fire Design, Sim Motion, and, of course, Cruisin Classics. Like I say, every time I'm on here, they've been with us pretty much since the beginning. I think Jam's probably the only sponsor that's been here longer, but can't do this without them, so appreciate everything they do for us. And, again, you guys up in the booth do a great job. So thank you, guys. Have a great Thanksgiving, everybody, and we're going to enjoy this off week coming up and get right back at it in Michigan for the next round of the playoffs.
Yes, sir. Can't wait to get into the turkey and the wild turkey when we get ready to rock and roll next week. Jamie Barkis, buddy, congratulations on P3. Appreciate your time. Have a good Thanksgiving, buddy, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
All right. Thanks, fellas.
That was Jamie Barkus comes home with that P3. This is what you're seeing for in 2 weeks, not next week. Remember, Happy Turkey Murder Day, as my good buddy Wesley Outland would say, December the 3rd, going to Michigan. It's going to be a good one right there, Daniel. I really think Michigan and these next-gen cars is really going to put on a hell of a show.
Yeah, it is definitely a good combo. And, talking about these playoffs, this is all unofficial, but just to give everybody watching at home, wherever you're at, an idea of who the 8 drivers will be in the round of 8. So, of course, Cody McElwain, James Silver's locked in by way of their wins. Jeremy Gardner, Jamie Barkus locked in via points. And then here's the wildest damn part of it. The last 4 drivers into the round of 8 were all tied on points. It's a 4-way tie for the last 4 spots. Dylan Canova, Timothy Wilms, Patrick Drabick, and Jamie Libke all advancing to the next round. The drivers eliminated: Cody Anderson by 1 single point, Tyler Justice by 3 points, and then Jake Ellingson and James Kaufman also eliminated. Of course, all that unofficial. It'll be confirmed here by the admin team during the week, and we'll have that updated playoff grid for you heading into that next race at Michigan.
Yeah, absolutely. That will be a good one when we get to Michigan. But Daniel, buddy, final thoughts on Bristol. Only 2 cautions. Can't complain about that. Short night.
Yeah, it definitely was a quick one. That's always the that's always the struggle with setting these races up for Bristol. Get a green flag run, it can click off in a hurry. But man, what a lot of good racing, a lot of great side-by-side that we saw here this evening. You're going to see more of the same after we come back from that Thanksgiving break.
Yes, absolutely. Cannot wait to get to Michigan. Cannot wait until next week. Have a well-deserved week off. Rest old vocal cords and get ready to run another 3 weeks and crown ourselves a Cruisin Classics Next Gen Series champion. Bristol was a good one. Always is, especially when they had a hell of a lot of wrecks. You get wrecks at short tracks, but not 20 of them. So happily, it was only 2 of them. And here's what it is. Happy to get it done. Obviously, James Silvers gets it done. And get ready to eat some turkey, baby. I'm ready for some dressing, some turkey, some ham. I'm going to end up wanting to eat something before this all said and done. But anyway, that's going to do it for this broadcast here tonight live on V-Speed with the Cruisin Classics Next Gen Series with Goat Locker. Got to thank all our great sponsors, obviously, with Jam Printing Promotions for the Pole Award, Lincoln Tech Save 22, MK Fire Designs, Invets Nasty's Restaurant and Bar, Glove Station, Above the Yellow Line Podcast. Can't forget about our racing, because if it wasn't for our racing, we'd be staring at a blank screen. And obviously, like Jamie Barkus said, Cruisin Classics, been with them since the very beginning. Cruisin Classics, thank you very much to them for the title sponsorship of the Cruisin Classics Next Gen Series. Shout out to the drivers putting on a hell of a show as always. And the fans, y'all come out big old numbers here on V-Speed, supporting this great league, supporting everything that Patrick Drabick, Jamie Barkus has put together, supporting the drivers, entertaining, cutting up with us, maybe even sitting there saying my damn mic ain't good and whatever. Hell, we tried it, but it is what it is. Patrick Drabick, Jamie Barkus, Eddie Smith, everybody involved, allowing us to come in here, enjoy you guys, see some of the best racing on our racing, be ourselves, and just interact with the fans and put on a show as we do each and every Wednesday night. For the second best producer in the business, I'll go ahead and say it, one of the best producers in the business. Sorry, Lucas Lyons. He's a damn good one on Double L. Daniel Cunningham, my good buddy. I'm the redneck announcer, Jake Reeves. Said as always say, be safe, be kind, be fast. Get a hold of the turkey, get a hold of that wild turkey next week, baby. Thanksgiving. Remember what it's about. Be thankful for what you have. Be humble, be thankful, be kind. Be happy with everything that you got. Enjoy time with your families. And we're going to go 200 mile an hour in 2 weeks, baby. 2 mile racetrack, Michigan, Kid Rock's country. Be in 2 weeks, December the 3rd, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, live and only on V-Speed. We'll see you there.